And the Canadian military engineers played a huge role in not only building bases, but in building roads, sewage systems, upgrading the infrastructure of the country of Afghanistan. It was part of the Canadian LAV-3. Has a crew of 4. So you have your driver hidden up here. You can see he's in a hull down position. You have the crew commander and the gunner up in the turret. And I didn't really learn this until last week from speaking to Mitch. There's another person in the back. They call him the Gib, which is the guy. Example of one of them right here. The Leopard tank had been around for a long time. It was actually considered pretty long in the tooth by the mission in Afghanistan. It was Canada first purchased the Leopard ones in 1978. You can see one of those older versions in the 3 lineup of tanks outside the museum we put out there for you today. But they continuously, like with all military vehicles, continued to upgrade the vehicle. And you can see that this doesn't have a welded turret. It has a cast turret. You can also see the additional add-on armor that's on the side of the vehicle. In Afghanistan, they actually had even more additional armor on the vehicle when they deployed the Leopard C2. It was a Mexus armor kit that went over the vehicle. Off the Leopard C2 a little bit. Let's do that with the TLAV. Listen to how powerful the engine is of this main battle tank. We're going to do a special parade of all of the vehicles we saw today, all the vehicles we learned about. You're going to see them all come out and do laps in the field. Now, after those laps, these vehicles are going to start moving over into that desert area we created over there. So after the show, you can go get up close to the vehicles, meet the crews, meet the veterans, maybe talk about their experiences serving in these vehicles. overseas. But that's not the end of the show. We have a very special segment, so don't head over to Afghanistan yet. All right, guys, let's roll.
Panzer. Checkpoint 2.
So out front again, we have the Canadian-built, German-designed Bombardier Iltis light vehicle, early mission, and long-time service in the Canadian Armed Forces, even before Afghanistan. Then the light logistics vehicle, LSVW, Italian design, still in use by the Canadian Armed Forces. The Oshkosh Defense Sandcat armored patrol vehicle. The M113A2 TLAV is the TLAV conversion between the old 113s and following them up the new 21st century generation of M113 armored fighting vehicles, the TLAV and the MTVE TLAV engineering unit. Followed then by the last General Dynamics in London, and of course the famous Canadian Leopard segment. One of our sponsors is a company called World of Armor in Canada, in the United States, and around the world. They supported us a lot. Maybe some of you are here because you won tickets or saw it on some of their feeds at World of Tanks. So we've created a finale to our shows where we take the game World of Tanks, but we do it in real life. You're gonna see and experience a simulated tank battle between two massive cold warriors. So as the Afghanistan vehicles leave the field, we'll bring out the first contender. But at the end of the show, the cool thing is that you guys decide which tank crew won Battle Royale.
China.
So at the end, we'll have a thing by hoots and applause as to who won Battle Royale. And once again, from the safety of the tower, I'll explain to you what they're doing when they do something really good, when they do something very poor, after I introduce the two vehicles to you. We have the first contender. This is Grumpy, an American M60A3 main battle tank weighing in at over 40 tons. So Grumpy is going to come around. Of the Cold War. It served from Vietnam right up till it was in active service right up until 1991 in the first Gulf War. Then it was moved to a secondary role as a reserve training reservist, National Guard, etc. However, the Americans sold so many of these tanks to all their allies, so the M60 tank is still in service and you can be found on battlefields all over the world today. So there you see it has its massive 105mm main weapon. And you see one of our members there, Brendan, he's operating the turret. And Ashley, actually a female member, a driver, is the tank driver in Grumpy today. So you have Brendan and Ashley in Grumpy the M60. Oh, here comes the other challenger. This is a Leopard, but not the Leopard C2. This is a Belgian Army Leopard 1A5. So one of the most advanced and later versions of the Leopard 1 tank. Weighing in at over 30 tons, so lighter than the M60. Come on over, Leopard 1. He's showing off, their crew's showing off his 105 millimeter main weapon in their turret. And that's operated by two members. We have Rich as the driver, and we have Ken as the turret operator. So some of our most experienced museum members operating obviously these very heavy and very dangerous military vehicles. Well, there's Ashley. Say hi, Ashley. Give a wave. Okay, we'll have the Leopard 1A5 come on down. So what makes this so complex is you'll notice, like Ashley popped up to say hi, but when these vehicles are moving, because they'll be moving so fast and the turrets will be swinging, the drivers actually have to drive in the hatch down position, just using those vision blocks that you see above the driver's hatch. Up above, the crew commander is the only person who has outside vision, and you can see, like with Brendan there, he's having a look. He has to speak to the driver through the radio to give the driver instructions on where to move and when. All at the same time, he's operating the turret and the main gun. We don't need a full crew for this event because we've actually rigged them up so that they could do this. We're just a two-person crew. So, when the M60 is going round, what are you going to look for? Why is it 10 tons heavier? It has massive armor. Look at the front glacis plate of that tank. It's almost impenetrable from that front armor plate. There's some weak spots in the turret, and it's definitely weaker on the sides and completely vulnerable in the engine at the back. So it's heavier, it's slower, it has the same firepower. So let's see how Brendan and Ashley maneuver their vehicle utilizing the strengths. So at the end of this, you won't be voting for your favorite tank. You're going to vote for which crew used their tank and the advantages of their tank the best. So once again, the M60 and its massive armor, which makes it slow. Here we have the Leopard 1A5. The Leopard 1A5, as I was talking about with the C2, it weighs 10 tons less because it is lighter. It has a very strong front glacis plate, but if you look at that compared to the M60, it almost seems paper thin. The Leopard has to rely on its speed. It has to get there first, it has to fire first. The Leopard will definitely be trying to use its speed to maneuver and get shots on the weak spots on the M60 because it knows that head on, face to face like they are now, the Leopard has very little chance of getting a decent shot through that M60 armor. So, I'm gonna get off the field to a safe location. We're going to turn up the music just a little bit. I will narrate here and there. The two tanks are to take their spots at the end of the field, and we shall begin. Check, check. Okay, tankers, get to your positions. There goes the M60. firing their gun. Trying to get a shot off on the Leopard while they retreat. Now Ken is definitely tracking the M60. There they are, both of them side to side, showing their weaker side armor. If someone can get a shot off, that might be a hit. Whoop, the M60 the Leopard doesn't chase. Very smart, he's going into a haul down position. So you see how the bottom of the tank to where the M60 is, the weaker armor of the actual hull is now protected by the hill. And I think the gunner is trying to line up for a shot. M60 completely exposed its side. The M60 going for a shot, although his weaker nope, they're actually pivoting the tank, moving that strong frontal armor towards the Leopard. So the Leopard may have the hill to protect them, but the M60's front plate. Whoa! We have a shot that was from the Leopard. Oh, and a return shot from the M60. It's pretty even right now with the Leopard protected by the hill and the M60 just shooting frontal on frontal. No, now the Leopard moving fast but also trying to get a shot. Notice that the gun compression goes to the M60 and the Leopard shot by the M60 on the side of the Leopard. Now the M60, M60 using the protection of the hill on the weak side of their tank. The Leopard actually has a little bit of protection there from that roundabout. So some of its tracking are, boom, there's a shot on the M60. And a return. So they're both in fairly good positions. The M60 using, see the M60 maneuvering and using that hill. Leopard stationary. No, Leopard, just adjusting a little bit. Oh, Leopard, another shot. Leopard, get on top of it. Oh, M60 turned before he could get that shot in. You can see there, Brendan, he's trying. Oh, Leopard is just firing away. Huge return by the M60. There, once again, great strategy by the M60, putting the frontal armor forward. Leo doesn't like to be in that position. They doesn't want to fire the same weapon and have the armor disadvantage. Can the M60 get a shot off at the rear of the Leopard? That would be devastating to that thinly armored tank. M60, turn is tracking. Good work. Leopard has not had a return shot. I'll let them get one more shot off, and then we will call it. Leg. Okay. Okay, so here, remember, call sign 0. Here the tower is heading out, letting them know the match does not count.